You haven't lived until you've just had a really, really shitty cinema experience. It could be like there's a mother who's just staring at the screen while like the baby just crying next to them. The mother just like pretending like it's not their baby. Or like you just like need to pee so much that you feel like your bladder's just gonna fucking just burst through your stomach and you're like, should I go to the toilet now? This could be something I can miss, but it might be something pivotal later. I might miss something that gets memed. But good God, when I went to go see Barbie, I swear to God, it exceeded my expectations of how terrible the cinema experience can be. So here's a little scientific diagram I mapped out of where me and my brother were sitting when we went to go see Barbie. No problems, no problem. Alright, so the lights are dimming down, the trailers are done, and so everyone knows, oh, the movie's finally coming on. And there's these two girls, two rows in front of us, and they both bring out their phones, hop on Snapchat, and you know when people just post like a picture of the projector screen? First of all, I don't really get why people do that. Like, the ticket is fine, take a selfie. Anyways, that's beside the point. They must have been very picky people because we're like 10 seconds in this movie. They're taking a photo, deciding it's not good enough, deleting it, back on it, taking a photo, not good enough. And I'm seeing everything from my point of view just directly down. I can't even concentrate on the opening scene because these two fucking girls cannot decide on what's good enough for their two followers on Snapchat. And eventually the older girl finally gets the perfect fucking frame. Leonardo da Vinci over here finally puts it away. The younger one is still going at it. Around like 3 minutes into the movie, my eyes just darting back and forth. She finally gets the title card and I'm like, I'm cheering for her inside as well. I'm like, yes, finally, put your fucking phone away and let me just watch the movie. And I don't know why I'm cheering for it because I've missed like 50 seconds of this movie already. So finally, she puts it away and I'm just relieved at this point. Suddenly, this kid, he comes up to us, to me and my brother, and he says, hey, do you guys mind moving over one bit so me and my friends can sit up here? And these guys, they're sitting all the way fucking at the front. They must have been just going like this watching. And me and my brother are like, yeah, we don't mind, but like you should probably ask like the people like next to us, you know? And this kid, he's like 12, 13, all right? He's not like some little kid, but he knows what he's doing. Like he just shuffles past us and he asks the people next to us, hey, can you guys move over one so we can move up here? So eventually they do it and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm fucking moving one spot to the right. At this point, I've lost it. We're like 50 minutes into the movie. I've lost an hour of this movie. My eyes have barely touched the screen at this point. So we move one seat over. This gang of 5 little rats just line up next to us. And I shit you not even 10 seconds in, they start making noise, throwing popcorn at each other, laughing, giggling amongst themselves. Oh my God, could this get any worse? I don't know what came over me. I've never done this before in a cinema. But I turn around, past my brother, and I let out the biggest shh that anyone's ever heard. I'm pretty sure the whole cinema heard it. And they quiet down. I'm like, who cares? At least I can enjoy this fucking movie that we paid for. But we're not done yet because these guys apparently don't know what that means, what that shh means, and they keep doing the same thing. They're throwing popcorn at each other, they're giggling, they're laughing. I whispered to my brother, hey, should I go to the box office and like get someone? And he's like, yeah. So I get up, I'm shuffling past them now, and they're looking at me, they're like, oh fuck, this guy's gonna get us kicked out or something. And I'm like thinking, fuck yeah, fuck you guys. So I'm heading towards the box office. There's a lady checking tickets. I'm like, hey, there's a little group of guys who like keep making noise and shit. And she's like, okay, that's all good. Radio's in. Is anyone available to like help out with a cinema check in cinema 7? And I can hear the radio and they say, no one's really available. Sorry, you have to go. And mind you, this poor middle-aged lady, she has a whole line outside and she's the one telling people which cinema to go to because when you order an online ticket, it doesn't show what cinema it says. Leading these families into like a nice night out on the weekend. So suddenly I'm feeling bad and I'm saying, oh, maybe it's not that big a deal, you know? Like, what about all these people? And she's like, no, it's okay. And she has to talk to more and more people. So I just walk ahead a bit, go into the cinema, walk back up, and I see that all the kids, they've dipped. They're gone. My brother's returned to his original seat. One seat back. I look down and I just make eye contact with all those little rats. They've went back to the front. And I'm like, oh my god. So I walk back out the cinema, and the lady's still walking. I'm like, hey, listen, the guys, they moved back. It's not really that big of a deal, I think, but it's totally fine if you want to go back. And she's like, no, it's okay. I'll just do a cinema check anyways. And I'm like, okay, cool. They're just at the front somewhere. Mind you, I did not tell this lady where these kids were. So I return to my seat, and I just see this lady. She must have like instinctively knew which row of kids it is, because she just stopped, turns like the Terminator, darts the eyes at them, and like you can just see her mouthing off, and I'm like, fuck yeah. And at this point, I don't even know what's going on in the movie. I've missed the whole bit where Barbie and Ken go to the real world, okay? And I'm like, you know what? Let's cut our losses. Let's just enjoy what there is. So I'm sitting there, and this first girl, the younger girl, she pulls out her phone again, takes a photo onto her Snapchat, and sends it to her friend. How do I know it was her friend, not her story? Because I am in clear view of it. She's on full brightness. She does not give a fuck. And she's texting people. She's fucking just scrolling down that little page on Snapchat where you just see all your friends and all your chats. She swipes back, looks through her memory, just going through her old videos. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Is no one else distracted by this? And there was a couple in front of us. I can tell they were also being bothered, because every time this would happen, the couple would just talk to each other and like whisper like, oh, should. And I was just praying to Barbie and Ken that this couple would just lean over, tell this girl and say, hey, listen, do you mind putting your phone away? Nope. Never happened. They just acted like nothing was happening, just try to keep their eyes straight. Listen, I know the cinema experience is a bit different to like 20 years ago. Everyone has a phone. There's some emergencies. There's some work emergencies. You know, you might have to like quickly message someone. There are some phones that I saw around me. They were on low brightness. People were covering them. Maximum like 5 seconds. That's fine. That's not gonna take me out of the movie. This girl, she had the fucking solar power just beaming around the cinema. But I'm not even at the climax of the story yet. Hold on to your seatbelts. Now, around like 1 hour, 30 minutes into the movie, like right before the final act, she pulls out her phone again. It's not Snapchat this time. She goes through her home screen, looks through the apps, and I swear to God, I cannot make this up. She goes on Geometry Dash. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's the fucking game where the shape is like bouncing around like this trail. This girl must have taken like 30 seconds to fucking beat her personal record or whatever the fuck she was doing. This is the final act. It's emotional, okay? We have fucking Billie Eilish in the background, and eyes are glued to the screen. No one's making a peep. These teenagers behind me, they start laughing. And listen, I get this can happen because they were trying to like cover up their laugh, and I think it was a case of someone made like some like inside joke, or someone accidentally said something really funny, and they just all started cracking up. I couldn't really in good heart like fault them for that, you know? But it was killing the moment. There's no doubt about it. But this girl, this Snapchat fucking Geometry Dash girl, turns her head, stares at this group behind me who's like trying to cover up their laughs, and she gives them the death stare for like a good 5 seconds. You do not have the right to death stare these people when you've fucking taken 1 hour and 3 minutes of my screen time of this movie, okay? Turn your ass around and watch what's happening to Margot Robbie on the screen, okay? Some kids, they just need to be disciplined more. I'm sorry. I'm not talking about getting a fucking wooden stick and just bashing them over the head. Maybe just saying, hey, put the fucking phone away. What are you, fucking Steve Jobs? You don't need to be on your phone 24/7. As if this fucking 50-meter screen isn't enough stimulation for your little head. Yeah, that was my experience watching Barbie. That's truly showed me why streaming is killing cinemas. But at the same time, streaming's not great either, so I guess I have to put up with it. See you next time.